What is up, all you literary femmes and gents? My name is Deja and welcome to my Booktube channel. So I recently discovered Booktube about a week and a half ago. I was watching the new sneak peek of the new Shadowhunters episode that's going to be coming out next Tuesday. It was about my boy Simon. I was so shooken. I was like, oh my gosh, Simon, don't do this. This is not going to end well. Like, nah. Anyways, so afterwards I was watching interviews with some of the cast members, and watching those interviews led me to an interview of the author of the Mortal Instruments series herself, Cassandra Clare, getting interviewed by this girl named Emma. And I was like, who is this Emma? So I click on her channel and she mentioned something called Booktube, and I'm just like, what is Booktube? What is this? So I clicked on her channel and I was like, OMG, Booktube is literally like a section of YouTube that is dedicated completely to books. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen before in my entire life. Like, where have you been? How have I not heard of this? Like, why? I felt like I had been insulted because I had not heard of Booktube before. So I was watching some of these videos by Emma Books. Emma Books led me to this guy called Just the Reader. Just the Reader led me to a Book Utopia. Book Utopia led me to Read by Zoe, and then so forth and so on. And I was just like, oh my god, this is a whole community of people who love reading. What? So during my like searching and like delving into the Booktube community, I discovered this thing called the #Booktube Newbie Tag, and I was like, you know what, it came out a couple months ago, but I'm about to hop on this bandwagon just to see if I can do it. So I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag that was created by Brenda C. I will put a link in the description box below of the original video. Make sure you guys go check it out at the end of this video. So somebody posted a list of the 10 questions you're supposed to answer on this, if it'll focus, there you go, on this fandom kind of like wiki web page. And so these are the questions that I'm going to be answering, and let's get started. Question number 1, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because there's been way too many times where I've been reading a book, or I've finished a book, where I've cried, or it's made me mad or murderous or like super happy, and I've wanted to express this with my family or my friends, and they don't care. I'm making this channel because I'm lonely. I mean, my mom occasionally likes to pick up a book and read, my dad too, my sister not so much. And so when I get like really excited about a book, they kind of just be like, chill fam, chill. So I want to be not chill with you guys on Booktube. That's why I'm creating this channel, so we can be not chill together. Question number 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I believe that just as many books as there are in the world, there's just as many perspectives of those books. So I'm hoping that I can bring a new perspective to Booktube on how I see and interpret some books, as well as potential friends to some of you, and as well as my awkwardness, because there will be points in times where I will be filming a video and my sentence will just drop off, because that's all I gotta say, and I don't know how to properly end my sentences because I can't English. Question number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm mostly excited for, 1, broadening my scope of books, because it used to be that unless somebody recommended it to me, or unless I just happened to be like a sequel or a prequel to something that I was already reading, or it had been a book, or it had been a movie or a TV show that was adapted from a book, I wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't read it. My scope when it came to reading was very narrow, so I'm hoping by doing this channel it'll broaden what genres I read, the types of books I read, and just I will get to know about a lot of things. Question number 4, why do you love reading? That is a loaded question that I could fill up a library about, but to put it in like a simplest term as possible, it's an escape. It is literal, books are literally your mind at its like best as far as like creativity and imagination, because you read something and if it's written correctly and if you take it incorrectly, a movie flashes before your mind as you are reading this in the book, and it's like you are starring in this book as like this omniscient being that's observing everything, and you go and oh no and oh my god yes, like at the same time as these characters. So I love reading because it's like this escape into like this new world where you can discover like how true love works, how you can discover how to use magic, you can fight a dragon, you can become a vampire, you can become a werewolf, you can become a warlock, or any of those things. And so I love reading because it's literally not even the sky's the limit, because I don't even know how to describe it. I just love reading because it's amazing. I told you guys I'm bad with English. Question number 5. What book or series got you into reading? Backtracking all the way to elementary school, I would have to say R.L. Stine's Goosebumps series. I read those when I was growing up in elementary school. My mom didn't necessarily like those books because she thought they were a little bit too much for me at that age. But I loved them because they were just creepy and scary enough not to give me nightmares, but they were awesome enough that I was like, okay, so like, is this what it's about to happen? I think he's the one who killed homeboy and then, you know, shoved him in the suitcase, or he's in his body, and it's like a mystery on top of horror, on top of like good reading, which is like a sandwich of happiness for me. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Considering I just found Booktube like a week and a half ago, I wouldn't say I have favorites yet, but I do have booktubers that I watch more frequently than others. And my question to every single one of y'all would be, where do you find the time to read all of these books? Like, I swear, if a book is good enough, I can read it in a day. If it's still good but it's not as capturing as something else, about a week. But I watch these things called book hauls and monthly wrap-ups and TBRs, and you got like people who are reading like 10, 12, 15 books in a month. Some people are reading like 7, which is still impressive because that's like 2 books a week. And I'm like, how? Where do you find the time? And especially the YouTubers who say that they have a full-time job and they're also a full-time student. I am a full-time student and a part-time worker, and I don't even know like how you would possibly find reading time. Like, I find reading time, but not enough to finish like 10 books in a month. It's a lot. How you do that? Tell me your secrets. Question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Staying up to date with everything that's happening. One thing that I noticed is a lot of booktubers, especially on their social media accounts, are somehow always in the know about when a new author is popping up, what books they're writing, when those books are coming out, how and where to pre-order these books, what they're about, doing interviews with some of these authors like Emma did with Cassandra Clare, and I'm just like, whoa. So for me, I feel like my biggest issue would be trying to stay up to date with everything that's happening, because I'm still new to this, so I feel like it would take me a little while to kind of, you know, like get into the process of finding out about these things. But I'm hopefully that I will get the hang of it once I keep going. Question number 8. When did you start reading? When did you start reading? I started reading in, I want to say like kindergarten, maybe even before that. But I specifically remember in kindergarten our teacher saying that we had to write a story. And I wrote a story about Jesus because children. Anyway, so I wrote a story about Jesus with a little cute little stick figure drawings and the oblong shaped everything else in the book. And it was mostly pictures, but it still had like a short little paragraph on each page. I don't know where that book is at. I know it is somewhere in this house, somewhere stacked amongst the memorabilia of me and my sister that my mom has collected somewhere. So it's somewhere. I just don't know where right now, but it's somewhere in this house. So I would say like kindergarten, pre-K, around that time. Question number 9. Where do you read? Anywhere and everywhere. Literally, I will read on my bed, on the floor, in the closet, in the bathroom, in the kitchen, while I'm eating in the hot tub, while I'm soaking, not with like an actual book like on my phone, because if I were to drop the book I'd be really sad. This is waterproof, so it'll be okay. I will read outside, at school, at church. Yes, I have popped out a book at church before because we were doing like Sunday school and they were saying the story that I had heard like 10 times already, so I was like, I don't want to hear this, I want to read my book. I will pop out a book on a plane, on a train, in a bus, in a car. I've never been on a train, but if I did, I would read a book there too. I will read anywhere and everywhere at any point in time during the day. Sometimes I will wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, not be able to go back to sleep, so I'll pick up a book and start reading it. And last but not least, question number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? One of the pushing factors that made me decide to actually try and go for this is the fact that I only read fiction, fantasy, and young adult novels. That is it. Like, if you were to say, oh my god, here's like a crime or like a horror or a mystery, I'd be like, nope. Because I always assumed that for it to be a good book, there's something that I would be interested in, it had to be a young adult novel, which is not necessarily true. Like right now, I believe, one moment, okay, I'm back. I believe that this is a young adult novel, but it's listed under romance. I'm reading this book right now. It's called The Problem with Forever. And this book got me in the prologue. Like, this is probably one of the best prologues I have ever written in a book, in a very read in a book in a very long time. And I was like, this is freaking amazing. And it's unlike any book that I've ever read before. And so I'm hoping that by doing Booktube and by watching other booktubers and interacting with you guys, not only will I make friends, but I will learn more, because I just discovered that there's this thing called a bookathon that's happening at the end of this month that I want to try out. There's a book convention that happens here in the United States of America, and I was like, why have I never heard of this? I would go there and go broke, because I like books, and I forbid myself from going book shopping without somebody else present, because it turns into a disaster. Like, I don't even want to get into that. So I'm hoping that I will be able to broaden my scope of reading and kind of embrace what reading is really about, and not just sticking to these specific genres. They'll still be my favorites, but I'm hoping that I will kind of delve into other stuff and maybe find some authors that I never heard of that I'll actually like. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys made it to the end, like, yeah, like virtual high five. So anyways, if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that you guys can see if I start posting or when I start posting more videos. That was such an awkward sentence, but like I told you guys before, I can't English. I will do my best. I will do my best, you guys. I will. I promise. I will try to fix it. So anyways, thank you again for watching this video. I hope that everybody in the Booktube community will just welcome me with open arms, because I'm ready to be embraced. So I will catch all you literary femmes and gents in the next video. Boop.